Welcome into Sports Talk, the very first of the new year. I'm Mackenzie Blaze alongside Aaron Mukes. Aaron, how are we feeling? Have we fully recovered from our trip to NOLA?
Well, I don't know if you fully recovered, but I still am working my way through it. I was telling people, I was just so exhausted.
Yeah.
The lack of sleep.
100%.
I mean, maybe because I went out and had more fun than you did.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun. I'm starting to get to that point, but I'm excited for 2026. So the kids say, new year, new me. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm feeling good. And I'm ready for a brand new year, but a lot more sports to come.
Good. Well, you and the Lady Rams both. ASU off to their best start in more than a decade, and they were back in action tonight. The Blue and Gold defeat the Thoroughbreds 76-44. And South Georgia, consider yourselves lucky. You get all three of us tonight. We are joined by Morgan Jackson, live from Albany State's West Campus. After the Lady Rams game just wrapped up, Morgan, I see you got a special guest with you.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Triplett, interim head coach of the Lady Rams. Coach, with this win tonight, y'all are at the win total from last season. How did this team get here?
Well, we had a good summer recruiting and getting the players here and making them work. That was it.
Yeah, you talk about recruiting. A lot of the names on the roster I wasn't very familiar with. When you were assembling this team, what were you looking for in athletes?
I was looking at somebody that could play, like Nahavia Paxton. We needed a shooter. We needed a post player. And I just went out and I just grabbed the people that I knew that could come out and be successful on the basketball court.
Speaking of Nahavia Paxton, she's the team's leading scorer, averaging 13 points a game, put up 15 tonight. How have you been able to get the best out of her this year?
She's just comfortable, and she's an athlete, so she's just playing and just having fun playing. And her teammates like her, and so she's just comfortable and she's just having a great time playing.
You were assistant coach last year. When they offered you this interim position, was it a no-brainer you were going to stick with the Golden Rams?
Oh, yes. I love Albany, the city of Albany, and I want to be here. So with our great athletic director, she's very supportive. So, I just wanted to be here. I wanted to win.
Having been the assistant last year, how did that make that transition a bit smoother, if you will?
It was a smooth transition for me. I recruited all the players last year to come back this year, and it was a smooth transition for me. I knew what they were capable of doing, so we just went on and got it done.
Tonight, another conference win over Kentucky State. Y'all saw a lead as big as 34. It was a slower start to this one, but how were y'all able to pull it out?
We got some key players: Jada Morgan, Paris Triplett, Tiffany Goodman, Nahavia Paxton, Soraya Johnson, a freshman. We just have a nucleus of players that play together. They play well, and they want to win. We have a championship mindset, and that's what we're going for.
You were able to rotate 5 in at a time. How does that help you down the stretch, being able to have that depth and experience?
Well, we have to get those young ladies experience in tough games, and Kentucky State was a tough game for us. So we just have to get those ladies more experience and get them in with certain groups and let them just play their game.
You talked a little about recruiting. I have to give a shout out to Baina, Lee County native. We loved watching her play in high school. Just her personality on the court. What made you want to get her to ASU?
Well, she's a dog on defense. I mean, she has a motor. She's relentless on the defensive end, and she plays hard. She plays hard.
Another big conference opponent on Saturday, an even bigger one on Tuesday. I believe y'all be on the road at Miles. Not to look too far ahead, but what do y'all have to do to knock off that number 1 team in the SIAC East?
Whew, that'll be tough. But, we have a championship mindset, and our girls are rolling. They're confident. I'm confident. Our coaching staff is confident. So we think we can beat anybody right now. So we just have to continue to roll and continue to just keep our bodies healthy. And we're a blessed team.
Now, SIAC East and SIAC West, can you explain to our viewers at home the difference when it comes to conference time? It's just one conference, correct?
Yes. It's one conference, and you have 2 different sides. So on our side, we have Edward Waters. They're ranked number 1. I'm not really sure who's number 1 on the other side. But Edward Waters beat us at home. They beat us pretty bad at home. So we owe them.
Yeah.
We owe them. We owe them when we go to Jacksonville. We owe them.
Y'all been playing pretty well on the road. What about road games brings out the best in this team?
Well, that shows signs of a good basketball team. You go on the road and you can win. We're focused. We're more locked in. So we just win. We're having fun playing. Like I said, our AD is very supportive of us. So we just playing and just having a good time playing.
You talk about a championship mindset. We said you're at the win total from last year. What's the morale like amongst this group of women?
we want to make history here in Albany State. I talked to Coach Skinner, and he's gave us his blessing. So, we just want to make history here at Albany State.
Yeah. How do y'all do that moving forward? Another game on Saturday.
We got to take the same mindset. We got to go in with a killer instinct, and we just got to win. That's it. We just win.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I'm looking forward to continue y'all's run this season.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, we're not done here yet at ASU West Campus. The boys are about to start in a few minutes. I guess we'll be doing the national anthem quite soon. But until then, back to you guys.
Morgan, enjoy that men's game. Get back safely. And ASU is sitting second in the SIAC East. With this win, they moved to 8-3 on the year, and they fell to the top-seeded Edward Waters in early December. But the two will meet again early next month. And then taking a look at the SIAC West, Miles sits atop that division, and the Golden Rams will make the trip to Alabama on Tuesday to take on the Golden Bears.
You all have questions for me that right now I'm not at liberty to talk about or answer. So let me just say that at the outset.
That was Quinn Snyder there after the Hawks win over the Pelicans last night. Unable to comment on the news that broke in the fourth quarter, that four-time All-Star Trae Young was traded to the Washington Wizards. Young was present in the street clothes on the bench yesterday, and after the news broke, he did return to the court and started dribbling a basketball. Sources say Washington was Trae's desired destination, but Young has been the face of the franchise in Atlanta since he was drafted back in 2018.
Seeing a player that's an integral part of the team when they're out or injured, in his case, which he has been, to stay connected to the team is always important. From a coaching standpoint, it's particularly gratifying when you see guys embrace that and embrace their teammates, and especially if you're one of the best players on the team, you have the ability to impact as that.
Bittersweet. Like, I'm excited for him for something new, and I was number one, hype man of DC. I love that place. Obviously, there's like different people now there running the organization, but only the best words I had, for my time there and that city. He'll be in a good place, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Now, Young will leave Atlanta as the all-time leader in assists and three-pointers. He ranks 4th in free throws and 6th in total points. The Hawks will head to Denver to face the Nuggets tomorrow. Now, on the surface, this deal may look a little lopsided given Young's success over the years, but the salaries work in perfect harmony when talking about CJ McCollum. He is set to be a free agent, giving the Hawks more flexibility with the roster construction going forward, and the NBA trade deadline is set for February 5th.
After the break, we're getting into all the head coaching changes across South Georgia. Stick with us. That's coming up next.
Blaze, it's been a wild week in high school football. Teams still on a high from their stellar 2025 campaigns. Others still looking for who's going to be leading the team into the new season. That's
right. Just a week into the new year, there have been some major moves in the high school football world. And after months of searching, the Irwin County Indians have found their guy. Coffee's Bo Johnson will take over in Ocilla. Johnson spent the past 4 seasons at Coffee High School, where he served in multiple roles, including D-line, O-line coach, and tight ends and halfbacks coach, where he was part of the 2023 5A state championship. A New Georgia native, Johnson brings 28 years of experience and education to the team, and he graduated from Valdosta State in 1999.
Go Blazers!
I got a question for you. Will Johnson return the Indians back to their winning ways? What do you think?
Listen. They couldn't be worse than what they were last year. I do want to say that. This is a team that struggled mightily last year. I think one thing they're going to get from Johnson is that discipline. He worked under Coach Coe at Coffee. We know what that program's about. They are going to be physical, fast, and very disciplined. So I do think that he is going to be able to get them back in the right direction going forward.
All right, well, right here in the 229, Monroe's Lacey Herring announced Tuesday afternoon that he's resigning as head coach. Herring spent 5 seasons at the helm, making 2 playoff appearances with the Golden Tornadoes. So many head coaching changes, Aaron. And we're hearing that Coach Slack could be up for the Brunswick position.
Yeah, this is not official. I think they're supposed to ratify it later tonight, maybe make it official tomorrow. Coach Slack, wherever he's going to go, we talk about that discipline. That's what he brings to the table. This is one of the better hires I think you're going to find. This is a coach that brings discipline, physicality, and no nonsense. And I think when we're talking about the landscape of high school football, you can't ask for a better guy.
Coach Dr. Slack. In your
Dr.
opinion,
Slack.
what's the most desirable position open right now?
I would have to lean towards Clinch County. When we talk about Coach Dickerson leaving, again, 5 state titles in Clinch at home in Homerville. This is a program that has a rich tradition. But not only that, they're bringing back Travion Miller. They're bringing back Kamarion Johnson. Travion's only a sophomore. He's going to be going into his junior season. So there's already a foundation there of a team that has smelled and tasted success. I think being able to fit right in there is the perfect job. And, they announced their hire today. Assistant Principal Morgan is going to be taking over that job. So we're really excited for him to get an opportunity to take care of that program and move it forward.
Yeah, sticking with the top of Clinch County's hire, how important is it to have a homegrown man leading these young guys?
It just fits. It just makes sense. Talking about Clinch County and Homerville, it is a tight-knit community. There's no shock as to why they hired him, being from Homerville, having that experience there, spent some time at Lanier. This is a guy that's going to come in and know what Clinch County football is all about, and I'm really excited to see how this one plays out.
As am I. Well, you don't have to worry about coaching changes if you are a Jackets fan. Justin Rogers guys are fresh off their 2nd state title in 3 years, celebrated this week with plenty of credit to go around.
We can go ahead and take the next. There we go.
Rogers making it very clear that it all started with the guys in the locker room.
They set a goal back in January to be player-driven, to hold each other accountable, and they continued all year of leading it. All we had to do was not mess it up as coaches because they were great. And one thing I want to challenge the players, we talked about it before, the 2 things that won't ever let you down is have a growth mindset. Always try to be improving. How can you get better? And give great effort. And if you'll do those 2 things in life, they'll never let you down.
A humble Coach Rogers might be giving credit to his players, but there's no denying what he's done leading the Jackets in just 4 seasons. They've won more games than the last 9 seasons combined before he arrived. The 808 points scored in 2025, it's the best in program history.
Yeah, that's surreal. I mean, that's just like you hear it, you're just like, wow, it's just unbelievable. One thing is just because breaking records at this school is impressive just because of the history it had and what tradition it's had. And so I just can't believe that. And when I hear the scoring, 800 to 100, I mean, oh my God. You get in the moment and you forget how special this group was, how dominant this group, because you get through winning on Friday and you're already thinking about the next Friday. And so when you hear those things, like the first time I really heard it tonight, really, it's just wow, is all you can say.
Sumter County also celebrating this week as 2 of their standout players signed to play D1 football. AJ Kearse and Josh Coleman played big roles in securing the program's most successful season and now ready to bring their attributes to their new homes.
This leadership, keep my head down working, just coming in working every day and ready to put on the show.
They're getting an aggressive player off the line, know how to play his gaps, and you're getting an overall technical sound defensive lineman.
In Leesburg, one of the most decorated student athletes in the 229 is gearing up for the next level. And on Tuesday, she made her final decision on where her new home will be.
After high school, I want to continue my path into wrestling and continue it to Felician University in Rutherford, New Jersey. They're D2, and I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to wrestle.
Trojan senior Delilah Betances is heading northeast at Felician University. Betances finished her high school career with a record of 114-4 and ranked as the top wrestler in Georgia at 115 pounds and nationally 24th pound for pound. The list of accomplishments are long. She was a 2024 Puerto Rican World Team member and won a bronze medal at the Pan American Games. Betances is considered a trailblazer in Southwest Georgia for girls wrestling and wants to ultimately wrestle in Olympic competition. And coming up, the Peach Bowl is going down tomorrow at the Benz, and one of Kirby Smart's disciples can be spotted on the sidelines. Find out who after the break. Well, Aaron, it has been a crazy week for the Atlanta Falcons, filled with lots of changes.
Yeah, on Monday after the Saints game, Arthur Blank announcing the organization would be moving on from head coach Raheem Morris and general manager Terry Fontenot. In a press conference this afternoon, Blank said the Falcons hired a consulting group to analyze the organization. He mentioned there was one finding that surprised him the most, and that was the lack of consistent vision.
Around vision about what you're trying to establish and trying to build, you could end up with a lot of disparate parts, everybody moving in different directions. And that means you're not only unsuccessful or partially unsuccessful, but you can be very inefficient. I didn't think we achieved the level that we're capable of. And I think that it's an expression that I often use, that good is the enemy of great. And I think we're capable of getting to another level. Holding people accountable in a performance-based business is really important. Easy to say that, sometimes it's hard to do that.
Yeah, to fix that, Blank has created a new position, the president of football. Interviews for this position began today, and one of the candidates is franchise legend Matt Ryan, who Blank says is more than capable of holding the job.
When it comes to football, is extraordinarily high. I've known Matt personally since 2008 and his family, and he's an outstanding individual, great community leader, the kind of person you'd certainly would want to consider in that position.
Both the head coach and GM will report directly to the president of football, and there are some serious decisions to make regarding a new head coach, but one thing remains certain: Penix Jr. will remain the franchise quarterback going forward.
Bowl season continues, and unfortunately, if you're a Georgia Bulldogs fan, you'll be watching from a different lens. The Ole Miss Rebels defeated UGA in an action-packed thriller that we got to see last week at the Sugar Bowl, and the Miami Hurricanes took down Ohio State. And just a few minutes ago, out west in Arizona, the 2026 Fiesta Bowl kicked off. The winner of this game will meet up with the winner of the Peach Bowl in the national championship. And we're 24 hours away from another CFP semifinal between two schools that know each other well. Number 1 Indiana will take on the Oregon Ducks, and head coach Dan Lanning is very familiar with the Peach State. He was defensive coordinator at Georgia, and Lanning knows he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kirby Smart.
The lessons I learned from Coach Smart. He's an unbelievable coach, an unbelievable mentor, guy I still talk to this day. As far as, I think we bounce ideas off of each other. I notice whenever he sends a text message asking me a question, I answer a lot quicker than whenever I send him a text message. That's just Kirby a little bit, but I'm picking up on that.
The national championship is scheduled for Monday, January 19th. Aaron, who are you taking in each of these games? Who's your national champion?
I think tonight, I told you I was going to go with Ole Miss. I just think Ole Miss is the better team over Miami. I'm taking Oregon over Indiana, and Oregon Ducks are your national champions.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with Indiana, but coming up, it's time for a quick hit. Talking preseason baseball and the transfer portal next. Dalen Everett is the first UGA player to officially declare for the draft. Following in his footsteps is wide receiver Zachariah Branch and linebacker CJ Allen. They're also heading to the league, and we're still waiting to hear from a slew of other players on their decision to enter the draft or to stay. But Raylan Wilson and Xavier McLeod will return between the hedges.
And talking about some transfer portal, well, it's open January 2nd, new era of college sports. 4,000 players entering the portal for Georgia, 8 of their own seeking a change. With the elimination of the spring transfer window, the new 15-day winter window, you have until January 16th to enter.
Now, Aaron, I know preseason rankings don't mean much, but they kind of give us an idea on what to expect this season.
Yeah, Blaze, lucky for us, all 3 of our teams looking pretty good. Tech checks in at number 2, Florida State at number 9. How about the Bulldogs coming in, rounding out the top 15?
There are 8 head coaching vacancies across the league, including the Atlanta Falcons. More recently, the Baltimore Ravens parted ways with head coach John Harbaugh after 18 seasons. Down in Miami, the Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel after he was with them for the past 4. And Aaron, there's so many head coaching changes. Do any of these come to a surprise for you?
Me was the Baltimore one. John Harbaugh has been a staple there in Baltimore. I would have liked to see him stay. I know people were getting on him, but he's a great coach and he'll land somewhere.
All right, well, down in Tallahassee, the new women's lacrosse program shared their inaugural schedule on social media.
Yeah, the Lady Noles are going to host 8 games at the Seminole Lacrosse Complex. Part of their 16-game season, the 39-player roster consists of 25 transfers, 14 true freshmen, and of course, we can't wait to see some lacrosse. down for the Garnet and Gold. So
I'm
it's gonna be fun.
excited. And no Thursday night football tonight, but we do have a full slate of wild card games coming up this Saturday through Monday. I can't wait for Packers Bears. What are you most excited for?
Boo Bears. No, honestly, I think I'm really, really excited for the Jaguars Bills. I think this is going to be the winner of this one is going to the Super Bowl for me.
All right, South Georgia, that concludes our very first Sports Talk of 2026. Aaron and Morgan will be back here tomorrow. It's our first Fast Break Friday.
It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. Can't wait. We'll see you guys there.